Welcome Gemini Sun, welcome Gemini Moon, welcome Gemini Rising, welcome Gemini Venus, or if you're here just watching for a Gemini for the full moon in Sagittarius, then welcome. My name is Poseidon. Welcome to my channel of Deep Astrology. Peace, love, and light to you. It's going to be a general reading, general message for the full moon in Sagittarius for all the Gemini signs. Like I said, for Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, Gemini Rising, Gemini Venus, this is going to be general, general overview of the energies around the full moon in Sag and what you can take, from this energy, how you can best utilize this to set intentions and to move forward. All right, so just want to tap into my loving guidance, tap into the guidance of my angels, tap into the warmth, tap into the spirit of the universe, of abundance, of clarity, prosperity. We call on the angels of luck, the angels of prosperity, the angels of protection, the angels of love and light. Two of Cups, union and love and connection. I'm hearing a rare gemstone. I'm hearing a rare connection, rare gemstone, rare connection for you, Gemini. This moon is going to be centered around how you're connecting and who you're connecting with and what is to come from that. I'm hearing what is to come from that. What is to come from it. I'm hearing what is to come from pain. What is to come from pain? What is to come from shame? Ten of Swords, okay? Ten of Swords coming out. Ten of Swords coming out. Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords. I'm hearing in my head moral obligations. I'm also feeling like, if you're paired with somebody now, Gemini, if you are with a soulmate, if you are with a partner, I'm feeling like maybe some of those things could be crossing. I'm hearing in my head Grand Cross. This could be, this could be even, a decision made based off of something going on. Like if this is taking place in your seventh house, or if this is taking place within your seventh, your ninth, or your 11th house, this is very, very strong energy where you could be making huge changes just for the betterment of your own relatability, even just for you could be going through just changes, with the star card, it's all about the hope in mind. It's all about the hope of a better future, your hope of destiny, connectivity. I'm feeling like a drawback. I'm hearing drawback. Two of Cups with the Ten of Swords. What is that about? What is that about, Gemini? What is that about? What is that about? And then Eight of Cups. It's just time to let some things go. It's just time, it's just time to let that go. It's time to end certain things. It's time to move on. It's time for investing in things that that you can gain from, that for a fact that you can gain from. And then we have the Four of Pentacles, which shows you wanting to stabilize. You need to stabilize and hold on to certain things that you have. What I'm saying? You're working to really hold on and stabilize a more solid, a more definite future. And you feel like right now the path. With the moon in Sagittarius, this is going to show you what is possible for you. This is going to show you what is possible. What I'm saying, when you're not so attached. Because this is about you detaching and kind of getting more real with yourself, Gemini. You know how y'all love to detach from stuff and how detached you guys are from things in a healthy way. This is about healthy detachment. And maintaining a more solid perspective, about where you can go, what your values are, and maybe you've been dealing with someone who just has not been good for you, who has emotionally, blinded you and weighed you down, and that could be what this is. And so, with the Mother of Wands, okay, yeah, well, it came out reversed. So with the Mother of Wands, I'm feeling like Gemini, there was this energy of you not, understanding your true your true place, your true values. You know, you didn't have confidence. You know, this was a confidence thing, and I feel like Gemini, you're getting your confidence together to where, you know, you can now, you know, you now see, you know, where it is you're supposed to be. You know, there was a issue of confidence, and then now we have the Nine of Cups coming out. The Nine of Cups, okay, the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Cups, okay, the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups when they come out. Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups. Father of Pentacles. Okay. Father of Pentacles. So Gemini, Nine of Cups coming out. I'm hearing in my head externality. Seven of Wands. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so for many of you all, you know, there's this move when it comes to status. You know, there's this status move. You know, Father of Pentacles, you know, is all about your, you know, responsibilities. You know, meeting deadlines, meeting your responsibilities, racking in the dough. You know, having a very sensible, practical, organized, wisdom-based perspective. You know, you're wanting to base now things in real time. You know, something real time. You know, things. You know, are you know things. You know, I'm hearing in my head. You know, almost. You know, in my head. You know, things ain't gonna pay for themselves. You know, you know, it's time to now. You know, become. You know, get into this boss mode, or you know, you're just getting to a place where you're wanting more stability now, Gemini. You know, you're wanting more success. You know, and I feel like, you know, success can either come from this particular relationship, because I feel like this is a soulmate type of relationship, or you know, and if it is, this is something that is now coming to an end. You know, there is a soulmate relationship, a connection that is now ending. Oh, we have the Nine of Pentacles that came out reversed. The Nine of Pentacles that came out reversed. And I'm hearing it almost, okay, I'm feeling like Gemini. Many of you were in contracts, relationships. You were in some type of an environment, or some type of a situation. I'm feeling it, you know, in your life path, in an area of life where you were dealing with within a particular construct, or particular arrangement, particular paradigm, and now it's in a way, you know, where you're wanting to be released from that paradigm. I'm also feeling it as, you know, if there are promises made to you, you know, based on, you know, around money, or you know, materialism, but those things weren't really genuine. You know, those things are, you're working to move on from those things. You know, you are kind of finding more of the resilience in you. I'm feeling like for many of you, Gemini, Gemini Moon, Gemini Sun, Gemini Rising, Gemini Venus, that this was a soulmate contract, some type of a soulmate contract, you know, a life path, some type of a karmic connection, you know, some type of a karmic connection. We have the Moon card coming out. There was some type of a karmic connection, you know, some type of a soul connection, and now, you know, that connection will either be no more, or you will be finding yourself, you're repositioning yourself. You're repositioning yourself for blessings. You know, you're repositioning yourself. Taking on a new character, you know, in a sense. And then we have the Hangman with the Ace of Wands. Wow, okay. Give me a second just to tune in, my Gemini people. So with the full moon in Sagittarius, this is requiring your force. You know, this is requiring you to almost, in a way, make a decision. You know, I'm feeling like Gemini, you've been in a situation or in a state of being, you know, where you've been maybe indecisive, almost uninspired. You know, but now I'm feeling this almost as a wake up call, Gemini, where you're having to wake up and, you know, you could be feeling this already. Could be something that's been resonating and building up, you know, but I'm feeling a build up. I'm hearing it also as a slow burn. There's like been like this slow burn, you know. I'm hearing in my head a watchful eye, you know, almost as you've been observing and waiting for a particular time to pass. You know, you could feel like you've been waiting, you know, that you've been really, really patient with something. You've been patient. You know, you've been practical. You've been allowing the leaves to fall where they may. It's almost like there's been these promises that have been made to you of a better tomorrow, you know, and now you're seeing that you have to take power into your own hands. Almost, you have to take power into your own hands, Gemini, this time around. Taking power into your own hands. You know, this is about you learning how to take power, you know, and to, you know, also receive power, but taking it into your own hands. So the Pisces, you know, Hangman card, you could be dealing with the Pisces as well. Some of you could be dealing with a Capricorn, and or a Leo. We have the Moon card here coming out. So I'm thinking past life. I'm thinking, you know, very, very karmic, very, very time-based, very, very fear-based realities. You could feel, you know, you could feel, I'm hearing even lazy. You could feel lazy, you know, Gemini, right now. And you could feel like you're waiting for something to happen, like you're waiting for something to tap in. If you've been waiting, you know, or if you've been waiting, you know, for things to dissolve, you know, for certain memories and for certain, um, you know, if you've been in a healing process. I'm even feeling like that for some of you who've been in a healing process, you know, now is the time to act. You know, now is the time to be motivated. You know, now is the time to see beyond your situation. You know, to see beyond those things and call those things that be not as though they are. You know, speak things, affirm that you are great, affirm that you are the magician of your life, affirm that all things work together for the good of them that love God. Affirm those things. I feel like almost, Gemini, you've been working out the kinks within your faith. You know, you've been working out, you know, the kinks within your belief system. You know, your belief system is manifesting. You're manifesting a new belief system. You're manifesting a new relationship with Source. You know, you're wanting new connections now. You know, with the Star card, it's all about, you know, that hope in mind. It's almost like, you know, for Venus and Gemini, and look at your chart for this, but for any of you who have, you know, Uranus conjunct Neptune and Capricorn, yeah, you've been in some sort of a waiting period. You've been in some sort of a stop and go when it comes to career, when it comes to status, because that placement is very, very, very sonic and very, very multi-dimensional. You don't really fit within the frame and the reality of this world. So for many of you, you're developing latent psychic abilities, and a lot of you are doing this having to go through very egregious, gruesome healing processes where maybe you are without a job, you know, maybe you are without certain comforts, you know. But I'm feeling for this, Gemini, you know, there are certain comforts that have been evaded, almost certain even action that hasn't been taken. And now it's like for this, whatever is coming up, there's something coming up, you know. It's like almost like a certain spark. I'm hearing a spark of relief. And then we have the Death card and then the Empress reverse. The Death and Empress reverse. Yeah. So for many of you, it's time to now, okay, with the death card, you've been going through extreme transformation, and the Empress card reverse is, the Empress upright signifies abundance, fertility, nature. I said abundance, sensuality, the feminine principle, growth, nurturance, and appreciation. And it's like you've been on a hiatus, for Gemini. Oh my God, if you've been on a hiatus, the hiatus is over. There is new light breaking through. There is new potential for brand newness to break through, where the light is at the end of the tunnel. Wow, there is newness. You are breaking free of certain paradigms, and now there is a certain renewed sense of self now emerging for you with this full moon, where you can now ask the universe to truly guide you, to guide you to your highest path, a guide to your higher self. You are truly being guided to your higher self. Wow. Wow. Now, and it came out reversed, but I put it up right, but it came out reversed because, okay, so with the Father of Swords is someone who knows the truth, sees the truth, who does the truth, who acts on behalf of the truth, who really acts on behalf of, when you think of, this is an Aquarius card, Father of Swords, fifth energy. So when you're talking about fixed energy, anytime you're talking about fixed energy, you're talking about resource, you're talking about a constant, you're talking about a fixation, some type of control. So with control, there's resources, right? And so it's like now, Gemini, you're going to be seeing the hidden patterns, almost the hidden patterns. It's like where you weren't brave before, now you can be brave because you're starting to see the path ahead. Like you're now starting to see the path ahead. You can now see, and it's like now that you start to see the path ahead, it causes you to now act. There's a need to now act, and to get out of a certain space. The Death card and the Empress card. Death card upright and the Empress reverse. This could even indicate abstinence, abstinence from certain material pleasures, certain material desires, certain things, where you had to really scale back on certain, what would be considered a resource in order to gain a new sense of self, to have a new mind to work with. A new mind. This is going to be a full moon of a new mind and a new purpose. New mind, a new sense of self, new purpose, Gemini. So really, really look to, if this is in your ninth house, definitely look to this. If this is anywhere within your first, 10th, 7th, or 4th houses, I really, really would do healing rituals, healing rituals with either water, fire and water, light a candle, really, really do things, that really, really activate this new sense of self, because I'm feeling this to be a new sense of purpose, and with that is this new sense of self that is emerging. So congratulations to you, Gemini. This is your full moon in Sagittarius general reading. And actually, before I let you go, let me go ahead and get a read on the archangel influence that is going to be driving you and guiding you for this full moon. And this was at the top of the deck. This was at the very top of the deck before I shuffled. So this was a message already here for you. It says, spread your wings. Do not hold back right now. The timing is perfect and you are ready to soar. So yeah, Gemini, you've been waiting to make a move, and it's a move regarding status and your renewed sense of self and purpose in the world. It's been a long time coming, but freedom is here, okay? So I love you all. Peace, love, and light to you in abundance. And I see you on the next voyage.